Hello, and to be with me, Winter Andrew, to another video of Weekly Andrew, in which this week, I guess, what I watched for this week was Kaina of the Great Snow Sea Star Sage. So, finally got around to watching the movie for the anime there, which basically just finishes up the story and everything, and honestly, I don't think it was honestly all that special. It was just okay, considering I don't really think there was anything special about the movie. When it comes to story-wise, there is kind of generic, I feel like. Which also means it has some dumb moments in it where it's just like, are you fucking stupid? But besides that, I guess the main thing that it really had going for it was the whole setting, the world, and everything going on there. Which, from what I can tell, at the very least, for whatever reason, humanity basically needed to terraform the entire world, but couldn't actually do it quick enough, which resulted in the worlds that we see in the anime. Because it needed two people to give the final command to finish the terraform. Which, of course, Kaina and Tsuririha are the ones that actually go and do that to save the world and everything. But yeah, honestly, it's kind of generic overall. Nothing unexpected happens throughout it, to be honest. Overall story was kind of generic, despite its uniqueness and everything there, I guess. So, yeah, don't really have a lot to say for it. It wasn't a great movie, but it was okay, at the very least. But I guess moving on from that, Azur Lane had nothing for the last week, but that also means that we do get something this week, which is the Altia collab events that we're getting, along with the rerun of the previous one as well. So yeah, I guess 2 events to work on now for this next week or 2. Great. So hopefully I can do pretty well on those. Hopefully. But also, I guess, War Thunder right now. I did finish spading all my BR5 American planes. So I have, of course, started on the BR6s, and honestly, I am genuinely surprised by how much progress I have been making, because I'm already a fifth of the way done with 2 of those planes in just 1 week. So honestly, probably not going to take too long for me to get through BR6 and actually move on to BR7, where I'm going to be using my very first jets, which will be very nice. But moving on to Ripples, which I have actually gotten caught up on it this week. Finally rereading the rest of the chapters up to episode 5 there, and then reading chapter 6, 7, and 8, which I have actually not seen before, so yeah. Episode 6, I guess, as was shown in the cliffhanger in the previous episodes there, Skylar is back, and going by the description that she gave about what she was doing and everything, it would seem that she was with Riley, considering the description of where Skylar said she was kinda matches up about when it comes to Riley's mansion that she has. So yeah, I guess Skylar has gotten wrapped up into everything for some reason at this point. But besides that, you finally actually help Jessica with her camera and also go on a date with Skylar. And what you actually get during those events will determine on whether or not you actually decided to risk your relationship with Jessica over Skylar. It's like, if you don't risk, you'll get more content with Jessica there, with the whole basically putting lotion on her back and also whole photo shoots thing after while teaching her how to use the camera. If you do risk your relationship with her, you won't get any of that, but you'll get to have sex with Skylar after that date with her. But yeah, episode ends with another cliffhanger, with Darcy showing up in the middle of the night, saying that she needs to go back to 1999 again to save her mom. which is basically what the entirety of episode 7 is. Basically, it's just saving her while also doing some other stuff like you normally do. But I think one of the main things when it comes to whole lore and everything going on in the worlds here, when it comes to episode 7, is the fact that we do see another Darcy. One that looks older, which would also imply that that Darcy has access to a time machine that's capable of going further back, going out more than 20 years back into the past. And also, considering that stuff there, I'd imagine that that shit ninja that you see in episode 3, I think it was actually Darcy. Which honestly kind of makes sense, I guess. Yeah, be something that Darcy would do, I think. But yeah, then we go on to episode 8 at that point there, which is basically still in the past, because you don't actually go back to the present until the next day or anything, so you gotta spend the rest of the nights there. So yeah, you end up going to a party there with everyone basically, which I honestly didn't really like that much, considering it just kind of limited what you're actually able to do during it, which is something I don't really like very much. But yeah, I did what I could when it comes to what I think was best to do with what the limited amount of time I had available in it. So yeah. I think the main takeaway for episode 8 there was the fact that you end up telling Ginny the truth about everything that at that point there, after everything that happened at the end of the episode. But yeah, episode 9, we're going to be going back to the present, and honestly I'm interested in what's going to happen at this point, considering the fact that we did just spend the last 2 episodes of the story in the past. So yeah, kind of interested in seeing where things are going at this point. And I guess that's all the main things for this week done. Don't really have anything else to talk about, I guess, but I guess I can mention VShojo. Yeah, I did not see that coming this week. But that's mostly just as a result of the fact that I don't really pay attention to VTubers at all anymore, to be honest. I stay within the loop, but I'm never ahead of the loop. So, considering the fact that others did see this coming, I probably would have as well, if I actually paid attention to things. But yeah, VShojo's dead. Managed to die before Niji Iin somehow. Oh god. Seriously, what the fuck were they thinking? Well. At least I guess things will be better for all of them being indie at this point. Considering it's not like they really needed VShojo in the first place. They could all easily just be indie with no problems whatsoever. VShojo needed them. They did not need VShojo. But yeah, I guess that's all I really have to say there. Yeah, I guess that's all I actually really have to say for this week. I really don't have much else to talk about here. But yeah, videos. I did actually get finished with videos when it comes to getting the whole week early access stuff completed. So, before the final series for that series as Grease actually went up on Monday this week, I already had all 3 episodes for the next series completed already and uploaded. So yeah, that's kinda nice. Having that much there done. Actually technically have a week backlog at this point. That is honestly amazing. But yeah, I think I may possibly start kind of trying to advertise the whole YouTube membership stuff at the beginning of each video I make. Possibly. Just so people actually know it's there and they can get early access to the videos and stuff. Because, yeah, I feel like I kind of need to do it if I want to have any kind of chance of actually making money as a result of making these videos instead of basically doing it completely for free, like I have for nearly 8 years at this point. Jesus Christ. But yeah, end of the day, I still just do this stuff because I enjoy it, to be honest. Kinda. But yeah, I guess that's all I have to say for this week here, so yeah, I'll just end it here. So yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed this video, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.